Once you've signed up to QuickBooks Online, it is very important that you immediately update your company data. There are other areas you need to set up as well. You need to set up VAT if you registered for VAT. You will need to import lists and you need to connect to your bank or upload bank data. But in this video, I will show you how to update your company data. To do this, you go to account and setting. So the quickest way to get to account and setting is to click on your company name. I'm using the sample company for this demonstration. So click on your company name. So we want to update the company details here. So you click in this section, the company name section. You can add your logo to QuickBooks Online. You can add more than one logo to your account. So if we want to add a logo to this account, click on this plus icon to add a logo or upload a logo. To add your company name, enter your company name in this box here. This will appear in sales form and purchase orders. If your legal name is different from your sample name, from your company name, you click in this box here and add your legal name. But if it's the same, just leave the default setting. You don't need to do anything. So in this box here, you need to enter your registration number. If you don't have any registration number, you don't have to fill in anything in there. So once you finish with this section, you need to click save to preserve the changes you've just made. Click on save to go to the next section. If you need to change anything in your company type, you click in this section here to make the necessary changes. You click in this section here. If you need to change your tax form, that's your business structure. If it's the same, just leave it. You don't need to do anything. Then your industry, you need to enter it here. Then you save once you finish to preserve the changes you've just made. The contact information is this section. So if you want to update the information here, you click in the contact info section. In this box here, you need to write your company name. So you enter your company email address here. With this email address, QuickBooks will use this email address to contact you. So for your customer facing email, if it's different from the company email, you need to click in this box here to enter your customer facing email. That's the email address that your customer will contact you on. But if it's the same, you don't need to do anything. You just need to leave the default setting. In this box here, you enter your company phone number here. Your company phone number will appear on your sales form, same as your customer facing email will appear on your sales form. In this box here, you need to enter your web site. If you want to, it's optional, you don't have to. If you have one, it's a good idea to write your website here. This will show on your sales form as well. So once you finish making the necessary adjustment, click on save to preserve the changes you just made. Click on save to preserve the changes. It's your address section. You click in this section here to make the necessary changes. So once you finish making the necessary changes, you click on save to preserve the changes you just made. There's another area I want to take you to. That's the go to advanced tab. Click on the advanced tab. In the accounting section here, the first month of your financial year. If it's not January, you need to change it to the right month. Your financial year is a 12-month period in which you enter your financial transactions, where you record your financial transaction. Some business do it from January to December. That aligns with the calendar year. So whatever is your first month, you just select it here. The other area you look at is your first month of tax year. So the tax year, you only have two options here. It's either April or January. April is the first month of in UK, the tax year. So the tax year is from April to March. So April aligns with UK tax year, and January aligns with the calendar year. So if you're not sure, just leave the default setting. You can speak to your accountant about that. The next area I want you to look at is the accounting method. You have two accounting method. It's either accrue or cash. Accrue is if you record transaction when you receive invoices or when you send invoices, you select the accrue method. But if you record transaction only when you receive cash or you pay cash for the transaction, it's cash method. So if you're not sure, just leave the default setting. The other area I want you to look at here is automation. What will happen if this automation is on is that if you create credit notes for a customer, QuickBooks will automatically apply it to the oldest invoice of that customer. But if you want to apply the credit yourself to the customer's account, you need to turn this off. To turn it off, just click on it and turn it off. The same thing with the bill payment credit. So if you receive credit from a supplier, once this is on, QuickBooks will apply the credit from the supplier to the oldest bill. But if you want to apply it to yourself, to the particular invoice you want to apply it to, it's better you turn this off here so that you do manually enter the credit yourself to the bill. You just turn it off and click save. So I want you to look at this other area here. This is the last area I want you to look at. That's duplicate transaction. So what this does is, if you put on this bin number, warn me if I enter bin number duplicate, what will happen is, if you enter in a bill number that you've used before, QuickBooks will warn you and let you know that you've used this number before. So what this will help you to do is to prevent you entering the transaction you've entered before. It's a good idea to just turn it on, to turn the setting on this feature on, so that whenever you're going to enter a transaction you've entered before, a bill you've entered before, using the same number, QuickBooks will warn you and let you know. So it's good to turn it on. The default setting for this sign me out if inactive is 1 hour. If you want more hours, that means what happens is, if you're working on using the software and you're inactive, you're not doing anything for an hour, QuickBooks will sign you out. But if you need more time, the maximum hours you can have is 3 hours. If you want the maximum time, just change it to 3 hours. By default, it's 1 hour. So you change it to 3 hours and you click save. So that's all for this video. I hope you find this video very helpful. So once you finish saving and making necessary adjustment, just click done to take you back to the dashboard. So that's all for this video. I hope you find this video very helpful. If you like this video, please like this video. Thank you so much and subscribe. Thank you so much.